Intervention of Mr. President, the governor has met 80% of that 8-point agenda because he wants peace. He's a man who lost peace. As Rivers people, we are not going to take it lightly again with this people. The Rivers State belongs to all of us. One individual cannot sit down in the guise of making law to incite people to cause problems in our state to make sure that the governor does not work. Rivers people are going to resist them.
Mr. Iwo, who is also the chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, called on President Bola Tinubu to intervene in the political crisis in the state. He said the Rivers people will resist any attempt to impeach Governor Siminalayi Fubara.
Mr. President needs to call the Minister of FCT, Wike, and his former assembly members to order to avoid anarchy in Rivers State. Rivers people would love peace. Earlier before now, they have started this impeachment move. I've also asked them, what is the offense of His Excellency Siminalayi Fubara? Up to now, including Martin Samiuli, has not told the Rivers people. The impeachment move they are claiming that will start again in month from now. We won't take it likely from these people who are enemies of our state, who have tied themselves to one man who want to hijack our resources. Rivers people would love peace. To allow peace reign in Rivers State.
In a related development, the PDP in Rivers State is warning the Martin Amihule-led lawmakers to stop disturbing the peace of the state, but allow the court to determine their legitimacy as members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. The State Publicity Secretary of the party, Sidney Wara, expressed dismay that while other state houses of assembly are focused on legislating for good governance, those in Rivers are engrossed in effort to disrupt the state and thwart orders. He described the action of the Martin Amihule-led lawmakers as a public nuisance.
Let me state it here for the records that their illegal laws are inconsequential to Rivers people. Their empty threats of impeachment will be resisted by Rivers people, while their counterparts in other states are making laws that is bringing about peace and development in their various states. These young men and women should bury their face in shame for allowing themselves to be a wheel cog in the process of development in the states.
Mr. Wara urged the lawmakers to address the issue of their legitimacy following their defection to the APC in accordance with Section 109 of the 1999 Constitution as amended.
Their legitimacy is now a subject of litigation by litigants who have approached several courts to interpret Section 109, subsection 1G of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended to determine their legality as it affects their defection from PDP to APC when there was no non-crisis in the PDP. In due course, the law will speak and justice will be served to the Rivers people who voted them into power.
Now, the state PDP Publicity Secretary Sidney Tambari Wara also criticized the APC Caretaker Committee Chairman in Rivers State, Tony Okocha, for alleging that Governor Siminalayi Fubara has failed to implement the 8-point peace agreement brokered by President Bola Tinubu. He accused Mr. Okocha of attempting to coerce Governor Fubara into unconstitutional actions. Moving on, a group known as One Rivers Coalition (ORC) has inaugurated its unit, ward, and local government area executives in Ikwere local government area. Speaking with newsmen, the newly inaugurated local government area coordinator, Handsome Wena, said the group will continue to support Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara.
Governor Sim Fubara has come to stay. That is to say, 2027 is a sure banker. Ikwere local government is simplified. Governor Sim is a God-sent governor. He's a governor that have come to reduce the rate of poverty in Rivers State. He's a governor that loves peace. Sim Fubara is a household name. So the capacity governor of Rivers State will lead and the rest of the state follows. And as the coordinator of One Rivers Coalition in Ikwere local government, I will make sure that everything that is due for Ikwere local government gets to them.
On the spot, the Director General of One Rivers Coalition, Ishmael Oforibika, while speaking at the inauguration in Isiokpo, urged the people to always pray for Governor Fubara and the prosperity of the state.
Sim Fubara's government is your government. I want you to take responsibility. I want you to protect it. That is the mandate of the One Rivers Coalition. This is the government that will give you a platform. It's not a government of the rich. It's not a government of the elites. It's a government of everybody. Sim is the governor of Rivers State. Is the leader of Rivers State. Two leaders, no day. No as well two husbands, they marry one wife. It didn't happen like that. Don't ever pray for yourself without praying for Sim. Pray for the peace and prosperity of the state.
Now, earlier, the group visited the palace of Nyewale, Isiokpo Kingdom. Is it Blessing Wago? Still to come, Army determined to defeat terrorists and bandits. Stay with us.
Special government announcement. The Greater Port Harcourt City Development Authority wishes to inform all corporate and private individuals who were allotted land for development in the
assurance in his Easter message to Rivers people. He urged all Rivers people to continue to be confident and believe strongly in his administration's leadership. He said all the measures taken so far by his administration were in the best interest of the state and for the general good of the people. Moving on, widows in Obiakpo local government area celebrated Easter in grand style following the distribution of food items, wrappers and cash to them by the simplified movement in the area. Speaking during the distribution of the items, the host and special advisor to the River State Governor on Power, Solomon Abel Eke, encouraged the women to be steadfast and committed in their support for Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Mr. Abel Eke said their support will not go unrewarded. Also, the leader of the simplified movement in Obiakpo local government area, Chijoke Ihunwa, said that the distribution of the food item is to appreciate the widows for their effort and contribution to the state and society. Mr. Ihunwa urged them to advise their children to shun violence and join hands with the government in delivering the dividend of democracy to the people of River State. He also urged the women to continue to pray for the governor, saying the distribution of food items and other things will be done quarterly. Our correspondent reports that the widows thanked the simplified movement in Obiakpo for putting smiles on their faces. Now, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Labaja, has reassured Nigerians that service personnel are determined to eradicate terrorists, bandits, and other threats. The Army Chief said this in his Easter message yesterday, adding that he is determined to bring peace to Nigeria. He also said the service has recorded a lot of successes in the ongoing operations against terrorism and banditry, among others. In other news, two communities, Idoke and Iho in Obata Kingdom under Ebeye ethnic nationality, are appealing to the River State government to urge the Ezebeye Lobo, Kelvin Anugo, to, as soon as possible, return them to the list of host communities benefiting from Total Energies. The paramount ruler of Idoke community, Wano Koko, stated this in an interview with our correspondent. He described the alleged move as a conspiracy against his community.
The doctor have working with Total for so many years ago, over 50-something years ago. There's no problem. And there's existing MOU project done by Total. Then the information after investigation, the Ezekolobo, Kevin Anogo, remove the doctor name and replace it to Ojemude community, which is not acceptable. I went to call the governor of River State to advise Kevin Anebuko to revise the conspiracy because we don't have problem with Total. So this is my own as a leadership of a Docker community.
Meanwhile, the paramount ruler of Iho community, God's Power, Durosi Iloma, while mentioning the community that took its place on the list, said the alleged move by the Ezebeye Lobo could lead to communal crisis.
We are surprised that the Ezebeye Lobo, Kevin Anogo, mischievously removed the name of Iho and replaced it with Ola Ehoda, an Ako community, by Ako community that has no pipeline. Eze Anogo want to cause crisis between Iho and the Olehoda. We appeal to River State Governor to call Eze Anogo to order. We cannot allow this injustice to stand.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Israel's deep political divisions are back on public display. Now, this is as protesters blocked the Begin Boulevard, the city's major north-south highway, demanding the resignation of Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, they are also calling for an immediate deal to free about 130 Israeli hostages still held in Gaza. In Jerusalem, police used a foul-smelling substance fired from a water cannon to clear the protesters. That's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. The PDP and other stakeholders have reacted to the resumed impeachment threat against Governor Fubara by the River State House of Assembly. Governor Fubara says the decisions of his administration are in the best interest of Rivers people. The army says it is determined to defeat terrorists and bandits. On the foreign scene, thousands stage anti-government protest in Israel. The news was edited by Martha Okere-Nkem. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwumoyili. Many thanks for listening.